Hello, everybody. Welcome to number 3 of our mentorship class. Very excited. All right, cool. Denise is here. Let me make her a co-host. How's everybody doing? Denise, I'm making you a co-host, so it'll make your life easier. All right. Awesome. You're welcome. All right. We'll give it just a couple minutes to allow for some people to hop on. Let's see. Very excited. Good. And guys, if you didn't check out Christian's video yet, go and check it out. He posted a video under my welcome post. So go and check it out. Go and support. Because remember, like, in order for you guys to earn points, you have to like other people's, or people have to like your comments and like your posts. So it's really important that you guys are engaging, which I'm seeing a ton of. I just made it to level 6. So I'm pretty excited. So it's not hard to get to level 6. Remember, level 6 is where all the recordings of all of these mentorships are. So it's not very hard to get there. I got there in just a couple days, and I am posting and I am engaging and I'm liking other people's things. So it's only natural that when you like other people's posts and comments that people are going to do the same back to you. So that's the easiest way to earn points. 1 like equals 1 point. All right, cool. And Denise, you don't have to worry about letting people in. I'll take care of that. So you can just totally focus. So are you ready? All right.
Let me mute myself.
Okay, girl, we'll get started.
Okay.
Because it's 5:01. We'll get started. I don't want to wait any longer. So guys, tonight we have Denise, and I'm sure she's very familiar to you guys because she's been commenting a lot and helping out people in the group already. We love her. She's amazing. And I'm really excited to hear what she has to share tonight. So Denise, floor is yours.
Thank you. So if you guys don't know me already, I'm Denise. So we're gonna get right into it. I know Melanie did a really quick presentation yesterday, so I'm gonna try to keep it super short. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share my screen here because it's my first time using the Zoom sharing screen. So hold on. Safari. From here we go. Let me know once you guys are able to see my screen.
Yes, you're good.
Okay, let me move this thing out the way. Come on. Okay, so we're gonna start here with the presentation. And before we start into this, I actually wanna give you guys a checklist, if that's okay with Dom. And that's gonna be for the checklist for your LLC, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and copy this. You guys are gonna have access to this before we start the presentation. Oh, hold on. Technical difficulties. My goodness, so many tabs here. I'm trying to get back to you guys.
You should see my computer.
Literally. Okay, hold on.
I was gonna say you have seen my computer.
I have seen it, and mine's just about the same way. And I'm
Crazy.
okay right here, chat. I'm gonna link it below to you guys. You'll have access to it.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. So there's that. So let's get right into this presentation. Present full screen. Okay, make sure you guys are still able to see that. Okay, so we're gonna get right into it. I wanted to give you guys a little background about me. So obviously I ended up getting a lot of things from Dom and Mikkel. So there was the DIY credit program that I ended up purchasing back of February of last year. And with that, I was able to repair my credit and I was able to get my first high limit credit card, which was amazing. I ended up screaming to the top of my lungs, really, because that was my first one ever from Navy Fed. I ended up getting 2 LLCs. And obviously one of them is done for you. I'm sorry, not done for you, credit repair services. And another one is for basically short-term renting. And I was also approved for a auto loan for $35K. So that was super exciting because that was definitely needed. So then this is the digital product that I ended up going with investing with Dom and Mikkel again. So they created my Done For You services. I launched my DIY course, and then they also did the funnel for me for credit repair services. So now I offer that as well, and they did an amazing job. So with that being said, I'm gonna get into the LLC. So I want to give you guys a pro tip. Do not file for your LLC until these steps are completed. You want to keep this in mind. Because a lot of the times you guys skip the step and people don't notice or realize that you guys can get actually denied, or you'll have to file an amendment before you even do this. So what is an LLC? We're going to just say that this is an entity that separates you from your business altogether. And the first thing that you're going to start off with is step one. You're going to pick the name of your LLC. Another pro tip, you're going to make sure that the name is very generic and very vague. You are going to, so before I get into this here, so by very generic and very vague, I mean, your name has to be something that the banks or lenders don't even know what you do as in business. So a good LLC name would be DTA LLC, because with that name, you don't even know what I could be doing for business. And the reason behind this is that you don't want to be considered high risk when it comes down to funding or getting lent anything from the banks. A bad LLC name would be DTA Credit Repair. And obviously that's for the obvious because there's credit repair in there. You don't want anything with trucking, real estate within your LLC name. Again, keep it very generic. You can go to your Secretary of State website to verify the name if you haven't already, to make sure that that name is not already taken. So let me see here. So by then, we're going to go to step two. So choose a domain and an email. You're going to need a website, and you're also going to need a professional email, guys. You need to look professional and credible to these banks when you go for funding. You can actually get your website along with your email address from GoDaddy. I ended up linking that as well. Let me move this little tabby here so I can see you guys. A good email address, this is for example, would be support@yourbusinessname.com or info@businessname.com. You wouldn't want to have anything with Gmail or AOL, Hotmail, anything along those lines, because again, you really want to look credible and professional to the banks when you are setting everything up on the back end. Step three, you are going to want to obtain a 1-800 business phone number. So the reason for this is that lenders can do a reverse search when it to confirm whether your phone number is attached to you as a person. So this could potentially lower your chances of getting approved for funding. You want to use, or I personally use, there's multiple platforms out there. But I personally use eVoice. I like it because it's only $14 a month. And with them, I wonder, can I click here? Yeah, okay, cool. So I'm going to show you guys something real quick. It's only $14 a month, and I'm going to show you what you get for $14. Its core features is voicemail, multiple extensions. You also get greetings and holding music. I find that pretty professional if I'm on the phone and they get to hear holding music. You know what I'm saying? So I really like that feature for that. Are you guys still with me? I mean, does that all that make sense? Just let me know if I'm going too fast for you guys, but we'll go on to step 4 here. Step 4 is you're going to obtain a business address. So this is really, really important, you guys. You will want to obtain a brick and mortar location for your business address. And for those who don't know what a brick and mortar is, that's a physical location for your business. So when you go to, I'm not knocking down iPostal or anything like that or any other platform, but I find it that you have to pay monthly for your business address. And then when you put in the business address, it pops up as a Staples, it pops up as a, what else do they put it as? A PO box or something like that. That is high risk to the banks. And a lot of the times they're not going to allow you to even create a business bank account if that business address is showing as a PO box or a Staples. So you want to keep that in mind. So I personally always like to get a registered agent. And a registered agent is a person or entity you have appointed to handle necessary government, tax, and legal correspondence about your business. So the main purpose of a registered agent is to ensure your business receives essential and time-sensitive information. So a lot of the times, a registered agent you can get for like $30 to $40 a year. Okay, that's a flat out rate, and they provide you with a business address that's a brick and mortar. So you get 2 in 1. I think that's just more affordable for me. I like to save money, and also they always provide you with that brick and mortar location, which I truly like. You know what? And I want to also clarify on this step 4. When I first created my LLC, guys, I put my home address on there. And the reason why you want to have a brick and mortar address or business address is because when you file your LLC, that is public to everybody. They could Google you. Okay, they can Google your business, and your whole physical address is going to be shown for everybody to see. They know where you live at. That didn't sit right with me when I slept that night. And so what I did is that I actually filed an amendment, and I'm going to get into that at some point, but I filed an amendment and I changed the business address. It took months. So what I did is that I had my partner physically drive 4 hours, okay, because I live in Florida and the office was like 4 hours away from me. I had her drive 4 hours so she could turn in this amendment paper so we could change the business address ASAP, okay? They did it same day because they were taking months to change this, and I just didn't like it. I just want to throw that out there. So whatever if you happen to file already your LLC, there is, you are able to change anything and edit anything on your LLC. So step 5 is you are finally going to file for your LLC after you obtained your business email, your business phone number, you had a name for it, and you also had the website, okay? Also with your registered address. Once you have all of those things in place is when you actually can go to your Secretary of State website. You will officially separate yourself from your business and register with the Secretary of State. So you could use this link here. Again, I put all these links in your checklist so that way you have access to them. So this is just a website that you could go to. You could scroll down and you can find your Secretary of State no matter what state you live in. You see? It's all listed there. It's plain and simple. All right. And step 6. So after you ended up registering your LLC, you're going to get your EIN number. Your EIN number is a federal tax identification number that also identifies your business entity, okay? This is just, I call it like a social security number for your business, to be honest, because this is something you just get from the IRS. It is completely free to do. And typically, most business owners will incorporate or form the LLC before obtaining an EIN. Therefore, owners who apply for an EIN without properly completing their state filing will most likely get rejected. And by that, I wanted to clarify, guys, when you apply for an EIN for a business, it just doesn't make sense because you haven't even filed for your LLC properly with the Secretary of State. Your business is not even structured. It doesn't exist. So why would you get an EIN number prior to registering your LLC? So always make sure you get your LLC first, then get your EIN number, okay? So that way you can avoid any hassles of having to change anything. This is the website you can go to, irs.gov. Make sure it's a .gov because they will get you, okay? And then where it says here, file, apply for EIN number. So plain and simple as well. Just make sure it's a .gov. And also, once you complete that, you also want to go to step 7, which is obtaining your DUNS number. So the DUNS number is the number that you use to build business credit. So it's the Data Universal Numbering System. It's a unique 9-digit identification number provided by Dun & Bradstreet. This is used to build your business credit, and it is, I mean, it's not required, but it's something that all businesses end up getting. This is something you really, really need. So I'm going to click here to show you guys what the Dun & Bradstreet looks like. This is where you would create a profile and just apply for a DUNS number. And this is something that you should worry about after you get everything else in place, okay? As for a bonus tip, because I did not know this when I was creating my LLC the first time go around, NAICS codes are super, super important. And I believe they ask you for your NAICS code when you get your EIN number. Don't quote me on that, but you will need to know your NAICS code number. I'm sorry, your NAICS code for your business. So a NAICS code is a classification within the North American industry classification system that is self-assigned by businesses, which is you, to describe their primary business activity. This basically just lets everybody know what your business is in. Again, you want to you want to choose a NAICS code that is very low risk and not high risk, because again, that can cut into your funding. You may not get as much funding that you wanted just because you happen to click or choose the high risk NAICS code. You want to always make sure that you do not choose a high risk NAICS code, because that would affect you when you go to the banks and get funding. Make sure to review this list prior to choosing your NAICS code. So you can go ahead and click here, and this is a list that I happen to find that's all listed as high risk. So if you happened to already form your LLC, guys, you would want to see what's the NAICS code you use, because if you happened to be on this list, you are going to want to fix that. You want to change it because again, this is going to affect your funding and you don't want to look as high risk to the banks. So I think that was it for that portion. I'm sorry if I went too quickly for you guys, but I wanted to get this out to you guys straight out. Is there any questions that anyone has beforehand? Because what I'm going to do is I want to go over some, hold on, where'd it go? There are frequently asked questions that I want to go over, so that way I may go over a question that you have asked or want to ask. So when it comes to an LLC, what if I use my home address instead of a business address? You will need to file an amendment form with your Secretary of State. And once you complete that, you will need to fill out the IRS form, okay? That's 8822. It's just once you complete that, you will be able to change addresses with your Secretary of State, and you also want to do that with the IRS. So there's a special form for that. And this is for people who actually already formed their LLC and just didn't know this information beforehand. So I'm just giving you guys the tools and resources just in case you need to edit or change any things on your LLC. You can use this amendment form from your Secretary of State to make these changes listed below. So if you wanted to update your business address, your business phone number, adding or removing anyone from your LLC, okay, and name of your LLC. If you wanted to make any changes to this, you can use your amendment form, and that would be on that Secretary of State link that I provided below. What if I put a high-risk NAICS code for my business and want to change it? So if you wanted to change your NAICS code, guys, all you have to do is go to Dun & Bradstreet once you had created that website or that profile, and you can actually update your profile there with a new NAICS code. You will need to contact all 3 credit business bureaus as well. So that's Equifax and Experian to update them as well, along with your business bank account, and let them know that your code has also changed. So let me go ahead and go to the chat, guys, just in case that you guys missed some questions here, because I mean, do you guys have any questions at all? Did I cover everything? That is the end of my presentation, so hopefully that wasn't too quick for y'all. That was what, 17 minutes? That's not bad. Here, let me go back to.
You did great. You covered all of the, areas that you need when it comes to setting up your business. And a lot of people don't, they'll just go straight to Google, and then that's when they end up getting into trouble paying for something that they don't need to pay for, and LegalZoom and all those different things, even Inkfile, like all those different companies, they're just going to try to give you things that you don't need, and they're going to overcharge you.
Exactly.
There's some questions. Is there a fee for the amendment?
There is. Every state is different. So you will have to Google that, or it's going to be on your Secretary of State website, and it'll give you a rough range. As for where do you find a registered agent? So you actually also Google that as well. You literally can Google registered agents in Florida. I live in Florida. That's what I did. I think mine was called like Sunshine, Florida. They only charged me $35, and that was for a whole year. They provided me a registered agent to put on my LLC as well as a physical business address. And I thought that was great.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Literally. You're welcome. I'm glad because I was
You
thinking,
did
I'm like,
awesome. You're an excellent teacher. That's not something that, it comes easy to people, but you are an excellent teacher. Your presentation was on point, like looked really good. So yes,
I'm
awesome.
glad. And I think one thing I really didn't cover that I just thought about for the business phone number, guys, that I don't think I thoroughly explained that. You really want a 1-800 number. Again, that's personal preference, but I highly suggest you guys get one because again, you don't want a area code where it's going to be showing your personal number or like attached to a person. You want it to be attached as like a corporation or a business. So to show them that you're serious, make sure it's a 1-800 number. It's super easy to do again on eVoice. That's I'm on the right path and did everything probably. Yeah, you get good for you, Amber, because listen, my first time I was stressing. I had to correct everything. You have to pay for a DUNS and number. Can you put step? Okay. Are you muted, Don? Okay. So you don't have to pay for a DUNS number. That's completely free. Can you put step 2 back up for a second? Yeah, I can put that up for you guys. Let me go back. Let me go ahead and share it. Dang, where'd you guys go? Right here. Step 2. So that one's for GoDaddy. Again, I did provide a checklist in the chat so you guys have, and I also provided the links that you could use to get to where you need to get to. So hopefully that helps make sure you save it. But yes, let me. You're welcome. Do you mind dropping the checklist? Okay, yes, I can go ahead and do that. Make sure. This is the checklist I provided. Okay,
And
Evelyn.
you should add it as a PDF, like into section 6 with your video too.
Can you drop her?
Okay.
Denise, can you drop your done for you credit repair link? Like if there's people that want that.
Yes, I can do that. I'm just gonna have to get the link for it. Give me a second.
Well,
While you do that, I can ask you the questions that are here if you want.
Cool.
All right. So Maria said, you might have said this, Braxton, just hang on a second. You might have said this, but do you need residency in a state to form your LLC there? I have one in Arizona, but was going to do one in Florida.
So no, you don't need to have residency there. You just would have to file, I believe, a foreign LLC. So that's something that, again, you could just Google and find out what the requirements are within that state that you're trying to form the LLC in.
No, perfect. Okay. Nellie said, how do we find out if a business we once registered is in good standing with the state to still do business?
So you actually can just go to your Secretary of State. Once you look up your business email, and I just dropped again, you can just, I'm sorry, business email. Once you go to your Secretary of State, you can actually look up your business name and see if it's still in active standing. If you've been in compliance with everything, it will still show like your business name and then active right next to it.
There's also a way to get what's called a certificate of good standing. For some states, it's not called a certificate of good standing. It's called, I can't think of the name of it right now. I'll Google it. But you can also get a certificate of good standing because there are some banks that require that you get that prior to opening even a bank account with them. Navy Federal is one of them that require that. Let's see the next question. Jayla said, what was the NAICS website?
Oh, the next code. Let me see.
The link, I think it's the link that you shared, that you clicked on.
So I just dropped the links are gonna be on that checklist, guys. Ooh, I'm sorry, I missed you. Tamika, did you have a question?
A little fast, and I press a bit more fast. No.
I think it might be happening by accident.
Background.
Sure.
Let's see. Thanks. I just need to do step 2, which is in the cart, then step 6. And that good standing, sir, and I'm done. Cool. Yeah, let me Google that.
And then I'm also gonna I'm gonna link the NACS code for you guys too. Let me see, NACS code. Copy. Okay, and this is the link, guys, for the website for the NACS code, to where you can figure out how you want to choose the code that your business does, like within what business activity you guys do. Oh my God, my dog is just killing me here. Okay, for me. Of course, I'm glad I could provide such value information to you guys. Is there anything else that you guys want to ask me while I'm here?
I also put the name, it's good standing certificate, or I think it's substance certificates. I don't know if I'm saying it right. But that's what they'll be called. And
Cool.
make sure that you get them on your Department of State website. Don't go and buy them from a third party. You don't need to do that. I had to get one for Navy Fed, and I think it was like $30, something like that, but it was great. I think it was super easy to have. And then if anybody needed to verify that my business was still in good standing, it was a document that I had. So
That's crazy. I didn't know Navy asked for that.
yeah.
You helped me get mine done. It's $10 in Arizona. Oh, look at that. I'm still learning too. Maria said you helped her get hers.
Woo! All right, awesome. So what else do you guys want to learn from Denise? Because we can definitely bring Denise back on another time. She knows a lot. I would say personal credit, business credit, starting a credit business, different topics like that. So if there's anything additional that you guys want her to teach, we can definitely set something else up. If you need to think about it, that's perfectly fine. And then you can always comment about it in the group.
Sure.
We're happy to do that. Yeah, she's great. Great teacher.
Thank you, Kim.
Did you go over Evelyn said, did you go over the Corporate Transparency Act?
To be honest, I'm not sure what that is.
So that has to do with that that document that people keep marketing online about. Here, I can show my face now.
Oh, like the BOI?
Yes.
Yeah, so I did not go over that because that's something that's super new. I did file for mine, but it's basically just to avoid fraud. You can literally go, I mean, if you guys have time, ripped on.
Yeah, go for it.
I can just pull it up for you guys. I think it was BOI.
So if your business was registered in 2023, you have until January of 2025 to fill out this document. Okay. If you registered your business this year, you have, I think it's like 30 days or something that you have to fill out this document, file this document. Basically, it's just telling the government who owns the business, like who owns the rights to the business. And actually, if you go and open a bank account at any bank, they're going to have you fill out what's called a beneficial ownership form. And that's basically the same thing. That's just only at the bank level. So now they're making people, and I think a lot of it has to do with PPP, because we all know that people were completely taking advantage of the PPP loans and people were getting money that they shouldn't have been getting. So this is going to help prevent those kinds of things from happening in the future.
For sure. I just linked that website down below. It's pretty straightforward. They'll tell you everything on the website. It took me literally 5 minutes to fill out. It's just your business name, who owns it, and all your business information. That's it.
Cool.
My new biz will be
new biz will be 30 days. Okay. I was also told that 2024 was 30 days too, but I'm not 100% on that.
just
I let my tax person do all that stuff. I just sign.
Period.
They updated it.
Updated.
That's great news then. Okay, cool. So
Okay.
you have until 2025 then of January if you register your business last year or this year.
Mhm.
So that's great. That's great. Good to know. See, that's why we have this community, so we can keep each other updated and make sure we're all giving the right and accurate information. Thanks, Evelyn.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, and thanks, Denise, for sharing that form.
You're welcome. Come on, get out.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't know if you hear the babies. He's like, eh. Oh, Evelyn said no. If you register this year, it's 90 days. Okay. Yeah. So
I'll get it done now, so I won't forget.
just get it done. Yeah. Like
I
that's what
did it
Amber said.
January
Just
1st.
like I'm just gonna get it done. Yeah, just get it done.
Yeah, don't even worry about how long you have. Just do it today.
Yeah, just get it done because there's a penalty. I think it's like $500 a day or something. Like it's
Mhm.
crazy.
I
So
forgot.
make sure that you get it done. All right.
Awesome.
Exactly. Why wait if you can get it done? All right. Awesome. Well, thank you, Denise, for your time, and we'll be bringing you back on for sure. You did an amazing
Awesome.
job. I'm sorry the baby's yelling. I don't know if you can hear him. He's like
All
making
good.
noise behind me.
You want to be a part of the Zoom. It's all good.
Yeah, right. He's like, I want to teach. All right, guys. Well, that wraps up for tonight. I'll be putting this into level 6. And the next one that we have, I actually don't have it on the calendar yet. It's going to be February. It's the first Saturday in February. Hold on. I'm gonna plug them up with a binky. Anyway, so first weekend in February, I have somebody coming in special that is going to teach what's it called? Government contracts and grant writing. So that's going to be a really good class too. She's got a really good presentation also, and I'm really excited about this because I personally have been wanting to learn about both of those things, and I don't have the time right now to, learn it. So it's always great to learn from people who are experts like yourself, Janice. So I appreciate you taking the time to be here. All right, guys.
Guys, thank you guys.
All right, have a good night. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.